Now, the Democratic and Republican caucuses will, of course, take place tonight. But because Trump does not face any serious competition, all eyes will be on the Democratic contenders this year. Let's begin by understanding how Democrats pick their presidential candidate. Well, the caucus and the primaries start months and sometimes years before the main elections. The candidates start their campaign trails with speeches, promises, and fundraising, as well as debates. Above all, the goal for the candidate is to convince voters that they are the right candidate in their whole party to defeat, well, Donald Trump this time around. Now, how does a candidate become a nominee? It's all about winning delegates, and that is done by competing in states across the country. A few states matter more than the other states. By tradition, Iowa goes first, and so it becomes the most important one. After Iowa, the race moves to the next three big states: New Hampshire, Nevada, and South Carolina. These four states are the key to winning the nominations. They narrow down the competition and give the momentum to the key nominees. So the first caucus is a big opportunity for a candidate to pull away from the rest of the pack. The key to the game is to score delegates in state after state after state. There are nearly 4,000 delegates, 3,979 to be precise. Whichever candidate wins most of the available delegates wins the nominations. But the primary contest is not likely to end with most delegates. If a rival has the campaigns, the resources and the money, they can stand in the radius and fight until the end as well. Now that the Iowa caucuses have arrived, in the 2020 election is officially has officially started. Now we lay out the possible winners from this caucus. Well, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is in a tight race with the former Vice President Joe Biden. Elizabeth Warren and Pete Buttigieg are trailing behind with a close margin. All signs, energy, polling, campaigning and debating point to a victory for the Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders at the Iowa caucus. Sanders has never really stopped running for president since he lost the nomination to Hillary Clinton in 2016. He is popular with the working class voters and calls himself a democratic socialist. If Sanders wins the Iowa caucus, it's hard to see him losing New Hampshire 8 days later. Now, as the former Vice President and National Front runner, Joe Biden has a legitimate chance as well to win. Thanks to the former President Barack Obama, Biden maintains a strength with the African American voters. Now, apart from campaigning, he has been pouring money into Iowa TV ads backing his candidacy. He also has served in the Senate for decades. Regardless of where he finishes in Iowa, Pete Buttigieg has cemented his status as the breakout star of the 2020 presidential campaign. He is the youngest mayor candidate in the race to the White House. Buttigieg seems to be in a similar spot to when Barack Obama was in the 2008 elections going into the Iowa caucus. He's shown massive promise as a candidate and already exceeding expectations. But Democratic voters still seem to be in a bit of a wait and watch mode. Well, the Massachusetts senator has been flagging off for months her campaign now, as Sanders appears to have emerged at the top of the table. But Elizabeth Warren's organization strength is big, effective, and has been up and running at full strength longer than anyone else's in the field. She helped set up Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under Obama administration and promises big structural changes in this presidential race.